Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a tips for separation video, whether it's separation, a breakup, a divorce. I am currently separated, so I won't be able to file for divorce until August of this year. And I wanted to share my tips with you on how I got through this and ways to cope with it. So I've got 10 tips for you for how to get through a breakup, a separation, or a divorce. It is probably one of the most heartbreaking things. I know it can be very overwhelming. You feel a ton of different emotions at one time and you don't quite know how to process what's happening. And just when you think you've hit this roadblock, something else will happen and it will crush you even more. So these 10 tips I have personally gone through myself, and I have found that they really helped me, and I hope that you will find it helpful as well. If you like my channel, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. So let's go ahead and get started. The biggest tip that I can give you is to take your time to grieve, and this is the worst thing because there is no quick fix for this. There is no way to just, I used to say it, I wish I could just press the fast forward button and just go past this pain, because it is a really bad place to be. You feel in such a dark place. I have been there. I know what that feels like. It feels like your whole world is falling apart, and sometimes you can feel a bit of a failure and you start playing in your head like, if I did this or if I did that. You can't think that way. Everything happens for a reason. You have to believe that. You have to believe that something is better for you. There is a bigger purpose. This is leading you to somewhere else. It is not the end. That really focus on that grief. Think of it as a death, because it is. I believe that it is a death. In a way, you go through this and you will come out of it a different person than before. It's a loss of so much. A loss of you never lose your memories, but it's like that is one of the worst things, is when you think of those memories. That is really heartbreaking, because you think, how can this happen now? Why are we here now? And it's okay to think that way. It's okay to think of those good times. Think of the bad times too, because all of that got you to this, and it will get you through the other side. But take your time to breathe. There is nothing wrong with that. The second tip I have is to surround yourself with a good support system, whether this be family or friends, but people that you trust, people that are happy to listen to you, people that are supportive for you and only want good things for you. Surround yourself with those people and you will find that little by little it will get better. And it is so true. Time really does heal. Every day will get a little bit easier and a little bit easier. So having that support system just helps you so much more. Third tip is to vent to your family, to your friends. If you need to talk it out, please do. Do not keep it bottled in. It's not healthy for you. If you need to send a message to somebody in your family because you need to vent, something's happening, it's been a really bad day, do it. There's nothing wrong with that. And personally, that I have found so helpful is to keep a journal or a diary. Write everything down. Even if you don't want to do this daily, at least make somewhat of a habit of it, of writing things down. My aunt actually gave me this advice, and I also have heard Oprah say it, is when you feel like if you write something down, it almost feels like you verbalized it, like you have spoken about it and let it out there. So even if you are, say, having an argument with somebody, write it down, what you'd like to say to them, instead of saying it in the argument. That will really help you feel like you've got it out of your system. I kept a journal and I would write down my goals for that day. I would write down how my mood was and what I want to do the next day, and a motivational quote, which we'll get to. So all of that really does help. Keep a journal, keep a diary, and when I look back now at my diary from when I started, I could see the darkness that I was in. And when I saw the progression, and like I said about the motivational quotes, that leads us to tip number 5, which is to follow motivational quotes or empowering quotes, something on Instagram, even if you just use a search bar and say motivational quotes, empowering quotes, strength quotes, relationship quotes. If you just, all these accounts will pop up, and it really, really helped me a lot. And I would save them and I would write them in my journal. Like if I was journaling every day, I would write a quote that I wanted for that day based on how I was feeling. And it really makes you feel very strong, makes you feel empowered, it makes you feel not alone in this, because that can be a really bad feeling as well, as you feel very lonely in this, especially if you see other relationships around you doing well and you think, well, why not me? Like, you know, I know that feeling. So I will actually list some of my favorite Instagram accounts for motivational quotes. I will list them down below if you want to go and follow them. I really highly recommend doing that. Along with reading the quotes, tip number 6 is to watch motivational videos on YouTube or on Facebook. Even Facebook has them. I've just watched them on YouTube. I've got a couple of accounts that I really liked, a couple of channels, and I will link that down below as well if you want to subscribe to them. It is really good, very motivational, very empowering, and it just helps you feel better. It makes it feel like you've got a friend talking to you. Another tip is to exercise. Get out and about, even if it's not going to the gym, if you just want to go for a walk. Now, I'm a single mum with a toddler and a 3-month-old. So what I normally do, my toddler goes to daycare a couple of days a week. And on those couple of days, I take my newborn to the park and I go for a couple of walks around the oval. It gets me out of the house, it gets me fresh air, it gets my mind completely zoned out, no music, no nothing, just walking, and it will make you feel so much better. Another huge tip is finding a hobby, whatever it is. If your hobby is exercising, do that. If it's watching your favorite series on Netflix, do that. For me personally, you may find this weird, but I actually bought a couple of coloring books, like adult coloring books, where they're like really intense. And I would do that, and it also helped me with anxiety a lot, because you're really focused on what you're doing, and you will find so much satisfaction in doing that, and it's a really nice hobby, and you're not on any screens or anything, so that is another great tip. So this tip is, I guess, only if you have children involved in the separation, breakup, or divorce. So if you are co-parenting, please try and keep your communication with your ex only regarding the children. This is extremely difficult to do. I have found it hard myself, but it will get easier. Initially, you may feel like you just want to talk about the breakdown of the relationship and why, and you want to blame this one and blame that one, blame yourself, and you want to make them see your point, or and it's not worth it. You have to have closure and move forward. If you have children together, that is something you have to do. You have to co-parent. You have to be able to be at least somewhat civil with them. I'm not saying you have to like the person, but at least be civil for the kids. The last tip that I have is to join the separation group. Whether this be in person or whether it be online. I actually joined one on Facebook, and I will link it down below. And it's really nice because you can talk to other people on there and share experiences, share advice, share quotes with each other. You can share advice on there. You feel like you're helping others and they are helping you. So that is really a really good tip as well. And also, even COVID and stuff, if you wanted something online, that's available. It's free as well. And a bonus tip that I have is this is hard, but you have to not go looking on social media. Like stalking your ex, looking at their pictures, looking at this, looking at that. It's not healthy for you. It's something that I have struggled with. It's very common. As a human, you want to be nosy, you want to know what's going on, but really, as blunt as it is to say, it is none of your business. You have to let it go. If they have moved on or if they haven't, it's better not to know. Sometimes things are better left unknown. Obviously, when you have kids, it's different, because if the kids are going, to dad's house, or if you as a mum have met somebody and you're gonna, your kids may be involved in that, that is different. Really, what is snooping on social media going to do for you? What if you come across something that you wish I didn't see that? You can't unsee that. So there's no point. It's only going to cause you hurt. So you have to really build up a willpower and think, what is that going to do for me? Is that going to disturb my happiness, my peace? where I am in my life? If it is, and if your answer is yes, don't look at it. There is no point looking at it. You have to just close that door and move forward. So I hope you found this video helpful. Like I said, these are things that I have struggled with personally, and these are the tips that I have found worked for me, and I hope it helps you. If you need anything, please don't be afraid to reach out to me on Instagram, or if you want to talk, you can ask me anything and I will try my best to help you. I'm not saying I'm some therapist or an expert. These are just based on my feelings and what I've personally struggled with and gone through. And I can tell you the person where I am now versus 6 months ago, night and day. And all these tips helped me to get to where I am now. So I hope it helps you as well. My Instagram is down below, even my email is down below. If you wanted to chat, I'm always open to talk. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and like I said, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow my channel, so I hope that you will support me with that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.